Hello everyone, I'm AlSaad and my colleague Reem. We are students from the American University of the Middle East, and we will talk about managing project delays, simulation-based methodology for project scheduling. Do you know the percentage of delays in construction projects in UK? According to a study done by Bourne, shows that 70% of UK construction projects carried out by public departments and agencies are delayed. To highlight the importance of our study, since there is a huge amount of delayed in construction projects, risk management strategy on an ongoing project should be implemented. As shown in this figure, horizontally you could see the timeline of the project in different milestones. Vertically, the result in terms of quality, cost, schedule, and compliance to technical specifications. Moreover, the blue line is the initial estimated trajectory, and the purple line is the actual trajectory. As noted, there is a huge gap between these two lines, where the problems and unexpected events contribute. The purpose of this risk management strategy is to reduce this gap as much as possible by letting the actual trajectory meet the initial estimated trajectory. Our objectives are increase project success rate by applying project risk management strategy, analyzing project plan to highlight the crucial tasks that should be monitored, applying proactive actions to avoid delays, applying corrective actions in case of any problem happens. Our main objective in this project is to apply risk management strategy on Al-Ghouse Road, which is an ongoing project in Kuwait. Al-Ghouse Road has been under construction and improvement since 2016. The length of the road is 7 km, and the financial cost is more than 10 million Kuwaiti dinar. The company who is responsible for this project is Combined Group Contracting Company.
Focusing on managing Al-Ghouse Road project to avoid delay by following project risk management methodology, which is provided by Project Management Institute. Project Management Institute has addressed this dual perspective of overall risk and individual risks in a practical standard of project risk management. This methodology has two levels, high and low level. High level of risk management process includes four steps, which are risk identification, risk assessment, risk responses, and monitor and control, while the low level highlights the crucial tasks. In this project, we will do both levels. We will do risk management on the high level and apply monitor and control on the crucial tasks that may delay the project in low level. The first step on high level is risk identification, which is a process of listing potential project risks. The risks have been identified by applying some techniques and tools. For instance, brainstorming, which is done by generating all possible ideas from the group members. Interviewing, which is conducted with Al-Ghouse Road project team members. And finally, checklist of risk categories, which is used to come up with additional risks of the projects. After using these techniques and tools, we reach to 21 risks as shown in the table.
After the potential risks have been identified, the group members evaluate the risk based on the probability of risk occurrence and the impact associated with the risk. This evaluation was done by risk assessment matrix, which is used to define the level of risk by considering the category of probability against the category of severity of the impact. The matrix is divided into 5 categories for both probability and impact. Very low from 0 to 20%, low from 21 to 41%, medium from 42 to 62%, high from 63 to 83%, and very high from 84 to 100%. However, the result of multiplying the probability and impact for each risk is criticality. Criticality helps in determining which risks need to be more focused on. This table shows the criticality of each risk in Al-Ghouse Road project. Risk response is a planning and decision-making process whereby stakeholders decide how to deal with each risk. These are the basic types of risk response. First, risk avoiding strategy. When you avoid a risk, you stop it happening totally. For example, changing the project design is a risk, but we can avoid it by defining the plan and the design clearly before starting the project. You cannot do this with all risks, but it's a handy approach to shutting down trouble before it happens. Second, risk transferring strategy. Transferring a risk means shifting the responsibility of risk to someone else. The best example of this is an insurance policy. When you buy an insurance policy, you shift some of the impact of the risk to the insurance firm, and they would be liable if the risk did happen. Third, risk mitigating strategy. Mitigation is probably the most common risk response strategy. It is where you come up with actions to reduce the impact of the risk if it happens. Mitigating strategy have two types, which are mitigating causes and mitigating consequences. An example of mitigating causes is the risk of having a poor communication between the site and head office, where we can mitigate the cause by increased communication channels between the site and the main office, like email, fax, and meeting periodically. For mitigating consequences, we can take the risk of having unqualified employees as an example, and we can respond to this risk by mitigating consequences by having a work training course to increase the experience of the employees. Finally, risk accepting strategy. The final option for dealing with a negative risk is to simply accept it.
Monitoring and controlling project schedule means tracking the actual performance and compare it with the planned project activities in order to reduce the variation between them. Moreover, compare the collected information about the project schedule with the project plan and analyze them, and develop proactive action plans and corrective action plans if needed. The key benefit of this process is that it allows stakeholders to understand the current state of the project, the steps taken, budget, schedule, and scope forecasts. The following figure shows the management by deliverables, which has three dimensions: cost control, quality control, and scheduling control. Milestones are points in time to control progress. At each milestone, we synchronize the project team member and we create an effective action plan to make the deliverables meet their intended timeline, cost, and quality of the following milestone. After identifying risks at high level, we will now focus on the low level, which highlight the important tasks that may delay the project. If we didn't identify potential activities that might delay the project, we couldn't treat them. The research question is how to detect crucial activities that might delay the project, which are not detected by classical technique. The classical technique to analyze delay is critical path method, which is defined as the longest path through the project network. As we see in this example, the estimated completion duration is 55 days, and the longest path through the network is on red. However, if we focus our attention only on the critical path, we may have another non-critical path becomes critical, and the project will be delayed, since we have uncertainty in estimated duration. Therefore, to deal with this problem, we will apply Monte Carlo simulation to highlight the most crucial activities and do a risk treatment action. Monte Carlo simulation highlight most crucial activities since it tests a lot of possibilities before giving the results. Discussing the same example for Monte Carlo simulation. Each activity have three estimated duration, which are most optimistic, most likely, and most pessimistic. For each path, there is a numerous activities, and Monte Carlo simulation examine randomly the duration of each activity. Monte Carlo simulation will be applied using risky project software. The number of simulation is estimated, and the higher the number of simulation, the more accurate result will be obtained. It calculates the results over and over, and gives different scenarios at each time using different set of random values from the probability function. In this example, the simulation was run 600 times, and it has an 80% probability to finish in less than 52 days. Moreover, it gives us the sensitivity analysis results, which shows the most crucial activities. In this example, task 6, 4, 10, 5, and 1 are the most crucial activities, and activity 6 is the most crucial one with rank 0.549. So, if we went back to the longest path, we will notice that the crucial activities that might delay the project are not detected by the classical technique. After recognized the crucial activities, monitor and control have applied as a corrective action to meet the objective. This figure shows the standard target and actual target of the project critical activities. Our aim is to reduce the gap between them to let the actual meet the standard target in order to avoid delays. Moreover, by reviewing the progress, we can meet the performance objective of the project management plan.
The data have been collected from CGC company with more than 6,000 tasks. The company's data given in Primavera software. Primavera software helps to get the immediate predecessor for each activity. The immediate predecessor defines as the related activity that must be done in order to start the current activity. This figure shows a sample of the immediate predecessor in Primavera software. The data that are given from the company were from 2016 till 2019. The simulation was run for the activities that start from April 22, 2019, because these are the tasks that are not completed yet. Applying the same steps that have been used in the previous example to Al-Ghouse Road project data. The simulation was run 10,000 times. The probability is 80% to finish the project in a duration less than 172 days. Sensitivity analysis gives the crucial activities, which are 250, 251, and 252. Activity 250 is the most crucial activity since it has the top ranking equals to 0.728. The improper estimation for completion duration can affect the budget, worker, company's reputation, and plant schedule. The importance of this simulation is to avoid any delay that may occur to the project by knowing the accurate completion duration. Moreover, it provides the company with the crucial activities that may have a huge impact on the project if they delayed. To sum up, proactive approach utilized to prevent any issue that may occur before the project start by applying project risk management strategy on Al-Ghouse Road project. Risky project software gives us the accurate completion duration. Al-Ghouse Road project contains some crucial activities that have most uncertainty and may change during the process. Therefore, corrective action applied for those crucial activities by monitor and control to avoid delay.